Tess was just 8 years old when she heard her parents talking about her little brother, Andrew. It was all a bit confusing, but she understood that her brother was very sick and her parents were completely out of money. Since her father couldn't pay for the house anymore, they were going to move into an apartment. Andrew was going to need a very expensive surgery, and no one would loan them any money. Listening to her parents, Tess heard her father with desperation in his voice. He whispered to her mother and said, "Only a miracle can save him now." Tess ran into her bedroom and pulled out her piggy bank. She poured all of the change onto the floor and counted it very carefully. Placing the coins back in the glass jar, she ran out the back door and began making her way to the closest drugstore. Tess stood at the pharmacist's counter, eager to get his attention, but he was too busy talking to someone else to notice the little girl. She huffed loudly, scooted her feet on the ground to make a noise, and cleared her throat. Still nothing. So she took a quarter from her jar and banged it on the glass counter. The pharmacist finally looked over. "What do you want?" he asked in an annoyed manner. "Can't you see I'm talking with my brother? I haven't seen him in a very long time." "Well, let me talk to you about my brother," Tess quipped back. "He's really, really sick, and I need to buy a miracle." "I beg your pardon?" the pharmacist asked. "My brother's name is Andrew, and something bad is growing in his head. My daddy said that only a miracle could save him, and I needed to know how much a miracle costs," Tess explained. "I'm sorry, but we don't sell miracles here," the pharmacist said, with a little more sympathy in his voice. "But I have money," Tess continued. "If it's not enough, I can get some more. I just need to know how much." The well-dressed brother of the pharmacist, who was listening the entire time, leaned down and asked her, "What kind of miracle does your brother need?" With tears in her eyes, Tess said, "I don't know. I just know that he's really sick, and Mummy says he needs surgery. Daddy has no money, so I want to use my money." "And how much do you have?" asked the brother. $1.11, Tess replied. "And that's all I have, but I can get some more." "Well, it's a funny coincidence," the man said with a smile. $1.11 is exactly the cost of a miracle for little brothers. Take me to meet your parents and your brother. Let's see if I have the miracle that you need." Tess grabbed the man's hand and led him to her home. As it turned out, the well-dressed man was Dr. Carlton Armstrong, a surgeon specialising in neurosurgery. He offered to do the surgery free of charge, and Andrew was able to recover at home. Tess's mum and dad spoke of that miracle. "I wonder how much that surgery would have cost us," the mum asked. It was truly a miracle. Tess just smiled, knowing it had cost exactly $1.11. We all experience hardships, but we also experience miracles. They're just harder to see if we focus on the negative. Miracles can be big or small, and just $1.11. You just have to look for them.